This is the plaintiff, George. He says the defendant, his ex-mother-in-law, stole his jewelry from his dresser. Then 2 days later, his ex-wife cleaned out his house, taking the TVs, couches, you name it. Bottom line, he never gave the defendant permission to enter his house. The woman had no right stealing from him, and he's suing her here and now for the $5,000 worth of stuff she out and out stole from him. This is the defendant, Beverly. She says the plaintiff and her daughter had a very tumultuous relationship over the years, and the last straw was when the cops came and raided their house looking for drugs. When she arrived, the place was ransacked, so she grabbed what she could. She never stole the plaintiff's jewelry. The guy's grasping at straws, and she's just happy they're well rid of him in their lives. She's accused of snatching family jewels. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for living expenses for 4 months.
For the against have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, everybody's asked to refrain from using your last names. George, you're suing your mother-in-law or ex-mother-in-law, Beverly, for $5,000 in theft, because according to you, she stole all of your jewelry. You have a counterclaim against him for $5,000 for expenses for helping to support his 4 children while he was in custody. I can't wait. Tell me, what's going on?
Good afternoon, Judge. On October 3rd, I was arrested. And
For what?
I was arrested for drugs.
What kind of drugs?
Cocaine.
How
The
much?
allegations of cocaine.
How much?
Half ounce. And some pills, some methadone. And I got arrested. I asked Steve, that was living with me at the time, to take care of my stuff when I go to jail. So I left to go to jail. So about a week into it, I was able to contact my kids, which were at Beverly's house. And she said she had taken my jewelry. She has the kids' jewelry, my coins, my necklace, which I have a picture of. I have some receipts.
How did she get it?
She went into my house. She walked past Steve, said she's going into my house. She wants to get her belongings because they belong to Maria now, but we're not married anymore. We were divorced about a year ago. So she took it upon herself to go in my house and take my stuff.
Steve, step on up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what happened?
After the police left, me and the defendant, we went to McDonald's with the kids, and the mother was going to pick up the kids. So
Were the kids there when you got arrested?
Yes.
Yes.
How old are the kids?
10, 9, 7, and 4.
Oh, jeez.
So
How did the arrest occur?
The cops came to my house and had a search warrant and came into the house.
Oh, goodness. All right. So go on.
So the police said we can come back. I can come back and get his stuff out of the house, whatever he needed, when the cops left. So me and Beverly went back to the house afterwards when the cops left, and I said, let me go in his room, get his stuff that he wanted me to get, his jewelry, some of the kids' personal belongings, and his personal belongings out. And she took it upon herself to go in there and start getting stuff. And I told her, don't touch anything until I go in there and I get what I'm supposed to get first, meaning his jewelry and his most expensive stuff. And then she went in and took it upon herself to grab that stuff. She did a bag of jewelry, the coins and stuff. And I told her not to, and she did anyway. And that's how pretty much I went. The house was ransacked completely, so she was there to help clean up. But I just said, let me get the personal belongings out first.
And she said to you, no, I'll get them.
She said, no, I'll help. Everything pretty much belongs to me.
Did you see her get the jewelry?
Yes.
What did you see her get? Were you in the room when she got the jewelry?
I was in the room. Yes, we both were in the room.
What did you see her get?
In the top drawer was a little white, like a cloth bag with jewelry in it, rings, and just stuff I knew that was in there from living with him. Necklace with a charm on it.
But you couldn't itemize for me what was in there, could you?
I pretty much could from knowing him over the years. I know what was in there.
How would one person know what another person keeps in a jewelry bag that's closed?
I'm with him every single day in my life.
Yeah. All right, what's going on?
First of all, Your Honor, I was called up by the police at 7:30 in the morning to go in and get his children, okay, because they ransacked the house.
Wait, stop. You're the mother-in-law. You're the mother? Why weren't they calling her?
Because George had the police call me. Otherwise, the children were going to go into custody.
But where was your daughter?
She was at work.
All right, so go ahead.
So the police officer, I have it on record at my house I could have got a tape recorder, but I didn't. For me to go, they were having a problem at George's house. They raided the house, which you have papers on it.
So he gave them your name and number for you to
call
come
me to go in the house
to get the kids.
to receive the kids so they wouldn't go into foster care.
Okay.
So I was told by the officer that I could go get the kids, so I took them off the premises, and I took Steve with him to McDonald's with the children.
Stop looking at them and talk to me.
I took Steve, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I took Steve with me and took him out of the house with the children, and we went to McDonald's
Why did you take Steve with you?
because Steve had no other place to go, and it was freezing out.
Okay, because the police wouldn't leave him in the house while they're doing
No,
their
he was
search,
not allowed in the house.
executing
I was
search
the only one
warrant.
allowed in the house.
All right, so you took him with you, and what happened?
And the police officer said that I was the only one allowed back in the house,
And?
and I was not to come back until they called me to come back in the house to get the kids' stuff.
And?
So I went back in the house, and then I went to go get the baby's clothes because the clothes were in George's house, in his bedroom. Steve, I know that George kept the baby's clothes, which is little Georgie's clothes, in the bedroom. And I found this on the floor in white, and this,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Just this one.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's quite all right. Thank you. You're good. You can go back.
And I found that on the floor over by, everything was a mess. The police had destroyed everything in the bedroom. The bed was upside down, drawers were upside down, everything was destroyed in the whole house.
Where was the bag that this was in?
There was no bag.
You just found this in a tissue?
Yep. That was the white tissue.
People don't usually keep jewelry in a tissue on the floor.
But that's what I found it in. That's the same thing I
Even
took
if
out
the
of my
police had
pocketbook.
ransacked it,
And
it
that's
wouldn't
what
be
it
in a
was.
tissue.
It was in a bag, and I saw something shining because it was open.
It was in a bag or it was in a tissue? Which
It was
is
in
it?
that.
That's not a bag. It's a tissue. You just said it was in a bag.
No, I said it was in a tissue. That's what I
No,
found
you said it was in a bag, but
No,
go
there
on.
was no bag. They ransacked the bed. They turned the bed upside down. They turned everything upside down in the room.
That's what happens when they're executing a search for drugs.
Well, I don't know.
A search warrant. Yeah,
No,
no,
I
yeah,
don't
they
know.
rip
I've
everything
never
apart.
had-
That's kind of the idea.
If you look at my record, I don't even have a driver's license.
Okay,
And
so, but anyway, so you find this on the floor,
I find it on the floor. I grab that.
and it just happens to be a tissue with baby jewelry. This is all baby child jewelry.
Well, there's something there that looks like a necklace that might have been his.
Okay.
So I said to my daughter, there's a necklace that might be George's.
You said to your daughter how? Was she with you at that point?
No, she came over, but I didn't go through it.
Okay.
I went through it when I went home.
Okay.
Okay, and I said, I might have it. I'm going to put this in my safe deposit box. I said, and when George wants it, we'll go through it. And she said to him, I don't know what happened after that. And I said, I might have George's necklace. It might be there. So that's the last I know. And then he accuses me of stealing it. That's the last I know. And then we ended up here.
You didn't take the rest of the jewelry?
I didn't take any.
What rest of the jewelry do you say is missing?
Your Honor, I have a picture here of the necklace and a cross and some receipts from jail. I was on the phone for about a week talking to my kids, and every day on the phone, which is recorded, she had said, I have your jewelry, I have your necklace.
Do you have the recording for me?
No, I don't, Your Honor. My lawyer wasn't able to subpoena it in time. She told me every day on the phone call that I have your jewelry, I have the kids' jewelry, I have your coins, I have everything in the safe deposit box. I'll give it to you when you get out. So fast forward about a month, I got out of jail. 2 days after being out, I asked for my stuff back. She told me she don't have it. She sold it for food. She needed food for the kids. So she said she sold my jewelry.
Now, let me ask you a question. You've known her how long?
20 years.
So was that
Maybe.
in character or out of character for her?
That was in character because
If that was in character, why didn't you tell her while you were in jail, give everything you've got to Steve?
I tried. She told me several times that it's in a safe deposit box. She will not give it back. 2009, this is why I say in character. In 2009, I got arrested for something. The cops didn't come to my house. I got in trouble for something.
What'd you get arrested for then?
I had a possession of a weapon. I had a weapon on me. Couple months later, I went to jail. The day I left to go to jail, she took my jewelry again, the kids' jewelry, stocks, all my stuff. But she was able to take it because I was married to her daughter still. This time,
Doesn't give her authority to take it.
I understand that. You're right. It doesn't give her
So
authority to steal
how
my
was
stuff.
she able to take it?
'Cause they
Did you
said-
grant her specific authority?
No, I didn't. I have affidavits right here giving permission to 2 different people that were allowed in my house, and neither one of them were allowed.
Maybe you should stop getting arrested.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. Might be an idea. You know, because it's very inconvenient to have to constantly put people in charge of your stuff while you keep going away to the pokey.
Yes, Your Honor.
To say nothing of what it does to the kids. To have it happen in front of them.
And I didn't want to have her arrested.
Stand up, please. What's your position in all this?
I'm here to help my mom out.
Where are you living?
Right now, I just got an apartment for myself and my children in Oakdale.
When he got incarcerated, where were you living?
In Oakdale at the time.
Okay. And does your mother live with you?
No.
Why is your mother suing for 4 months of supporting the children? Where were you?
At the time, I had a one-bedroom apartment. I did grant him custody to the kids. I left it to him. The first time he got arrested, when he came home, he had nowhere to go. So I left him the house and the children, and I left for a little while to
What
get
was your
better.
problem?
I'd rather up not even say with everything. I have letters and stuff.
Is that something you want to show me or not something you want to show me?
I'd rather just no.
Okay. Did you have actual custody,
I had
or
full
that was just
custody,
the
Your Honor.
arrangement that you guys?
I gave him
I'm sorry, let me
custody.
rephrase that. Did you have a court-ordered custody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did somebody have the court order?
I have the court order now that when she took custody over the day I got arrested, but before that, I don't have that order. I've had custody for 2 years
Who has
prior.
custody now?
Maria.
I do. I never lost custody.
She handed over custody to him because she has shell shock because of what he did to her. And she has papers on it.
Let me say, I don't know anything other than this. I handed my kids to him because I was shell-shocked over what he did to me.
Your Honor.
I don't know if it was enough to shell-shock you. Maybe you shouldn't be putting the kids in his custody. So that little square square dance makes no sense.
Your Honor, he was a good father. He still is a good father. I don't know what happened. I left for certain reasons. I'd rather off not say.
Fine. It's fine.
You know,
one of the things you said in your answer to the complaint is that he owed you $20,000 from some prior time.
We had given him money to go down to Florida to start a business.
Can you do me a favor? You have this habit, and I know it's innate.
Okay.
Every time you say something, you turn around to look at him and nod like that.
Okay.
It seems aggressive, even if you don't mean it to be.
Okay.
I would rather you make
Just
eye
so
contact
that
with me
okay.
and talk to me.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, should the fact that the defendant was arrested for drugs have an impact on his credibility in the civil case?
Well, it could because...
Or should it? No, I'm asking should it?
Should it?
You got a yes or no here?
Yes.
Okay, what do you think?
Absolutely, yeah.
Why?
It just didn't seem it's illegal. That's
But people who are on drugs may be addicts, but does it mean they're less truthful?
I guess if they're high on the drugs, probably less truthful.
Fair enough, I guess, but okay, I get your point. Going inside the courtroom.
All right, we gave him $20,000 to go down to Florida to start a business.
What kind of business?
He wanted to start a car business with Steve. They went down to Florida, and he went down with a hair cutting business, which he sold for $75,000. So he went down with $85,000 or $95,000. The man didn't work for a year, and he came back up and stayed with us at our house. We never received any money back. I lent him
And
money
you've
to get
known
out.
him for 20 years?
No, 10, 12 years.
Okay.
I don't know the dates. All I know is every time he gets in a bind, I've always bailed him out. George is a con artist, and George gets what he wants, and George, same with her. When he left for prison the first time to the SHAC program, he left her with $200 and 4 kids, and I got her in a house, and I paid for her to get in a house, and I had to pay $800 plus the cable, and she got $800 from welfare, and I had to help her feed the kids because he never left her with a dime, and he paid his lawyer $75,000.
So is it that you feel entitled to his jewelry because you've done so much for him?
No, Your Honor. But
So what are you saying? You never took his jewelry?
I'm trying to show you what kind of a
because
man.
Steve says he saw you take it.
He didn't see me take it.
So why is he saying he did? If
Because
Steve didn't see you take it and you didn't take it, why is he saying that you did?
There's $700 missing from the house also, and $7,000.
It's when I came to the house, I went and picked up my children from McDonald's. I brought my children back to my sister's because I did not want to bring them back to the house. I walked in, his bedroom was completely destroyed. They flipped everything over, the mattress, everything. Steve was in there cleaning up. My mother was also in there. Steve came over to me. He handed me my children's bonds and their $2 bill thing, like, the $2 bills that they got over the years from family members. If he knew where the jewelry was, why didn't he just grab it? And my mom would have gave him anything. So if my mom had to, George knew we were in the house. He called me from the precinct and told me to stay there with the children. And I told him, I'm not staying here with our children. The house just got raided. Are you kidding me? Like, what's going on? And I told them I was also taking, their stuff out of their house, and I'm not coming back here with our kids. She told me that she had jewelry. I said, whatever you have, Mom, put it in the safe. I don't want it to go in anywhere. I even told George myself, and there's recordings like he said, my mom has the jewelry, it's going in the safe. He said, that's fine. So
What about coins? Did your mother ever mention the coins?
Nothing about coins. I never heard about coins. He mentioned stuff to coins to me. So
How do you figure coins are worth $2,800 if they're just some...
Your Honor, they were coins from my grandfather, had passed them on to me, some of them from 1921. There was about 5 or 6 of each coin. I have copies of everything
That
right
doesn't
here.
mean they're worth that kind of money. Where do you get the idea they're worth that?
I got the value off eBay, what they're going for today, and pretty much all of them were...
How are you going to prove what coins were there?
I have proof of what coins I had in there.
No, you have stuff you took off of eBay. I could do that.
Yes.
My question is, how are you going to prove what coins were in the bag?
I can't, Your Honor.
Right.
I just can't prove anything besides that, what Steve's telling you.
Your Honor, can I ask you a question?
Who's Steve?
Steve's my witness, Your Honor.
Yeah, I know. Who are you? Steve what?
Steve Lacasse.
Have you ever been arrested?
Yes, I have you.
How many times?
3.
What kind of stuff?
Driver suspended license and possession of marijuana.
How much marijuana?
An ounce.
Have you been convicted?
Yes.
What were you convicted of?
Possession.
Of what?
Marijuana.
Okay. How many times?
Twice. And a DWI just recently.
So why should I believe you?
You don't have to believe me.
Right.
Got a question, Your Honor, too. I
don't believe anybody.
I have a question.
Isn't that something?
Your Honor,
I don't believe
have a question.
anybody to the left of my bailiff.
Your Honor, can I say
Because I kind of, for all I know, it sounds so like poetically just that you, after everything you've done, say, you know what, forget it, I'm going to keep this stuff. So it kind of sounds like it has a ring of truth. He sounds so desperate to get this stuff back and so positive that you have it. And you are so angry with him that it kind of makes some sense that you might have this stuff.
Your Honor, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
All right. He went to family court, and Maria asked if she could have his car while he was in jail.
The truck,
because she had a Scion that was falling apart. And George told family judge that he sold it. Well, George is driving the car right now. And I had to fix the Scion to put her children in it so she could take them back and put to school.
Are you driving that truck?
Your Honor, yes, I am.
Did you tell the judge that you had sold it?
No, I didn't, Your Honor. The only reason why I kept my truck is because 2 days after being arrested, Maria, her brother, her mother, and her boyfriend emptied my house out. They stole everything that I own. Steve was in my house because Steve lived with me at the time.
Yeah, the problem that you have is I don't believe you either, and you're the only guy who's telling me what's in there. I certainly don't believe Steve. Steve is willing to say, yep, whatever he says, that's what it is, stamp of approval on whatever he says happened. I don't believe that I don't believe that he told you, stop taking that stuff, I'm watching you, I'm witnessing you doing it. I don't believe any of that stuff happened.
You can call the
Your Honor,
court
those
and
are my
ask
words.
the
Your
Honor.
judge that I was
Put your hand down. I'm sorry?
I was told to go in and get the children's stuff, and half the stuff was gone. I had to buy them winter coats. I had to buy them all kinds of stuff. And then afterwards, I bought them coats.
Nobody
I
took
told
the
them
kids'
I bought them coats.
ma'am.
He
Nobody
went out
took
and
the
bought
kids'
coats.
coats from his house in the middle of the execution of a search warrant.
It was gone.
Nobody did that. That didn't happen.
Your Honor, there was no coats. I swear on my life.
Your Honor, I have a stack of receipts here, the stuff that I supplied for my children.
I've had enough. This stuff was taken from your home. She agrees that she took it from your home. That stuff goes to you. As for everything else, I don't know who to believe, so
But
you're all
that's
out
the
of here.
kids' stuff.
Bye.
All right, that brings this case to a close here. You do get back that white napkin full of jewelry, and that's it. What's your feeling on the outcome here?
I just can't see how she admitted taking some of the jewelry, but not all of the jewelry. Doesn't make sense.
Obviously, it's a complicated, messy, complex situation. It's very difficult for anybody to figure out. It's mostly one person's word against the other.
Correct.
Right? How did the cops know to raid the house that day?
No comment.
Okay. All right. Right around the corner this way. All right. Good luck with everything. All right. So come on in here and tell me, what are you thinking as you come out of the courtroom? Step right over here next to me. Turn this way. Yeah.
I think that it's kind of a sin that he can get the kids' jewelry when she has the jewelry. And I gave him the jewelry, and he was in jail, and she left everything in the house. And I had cleaned out the house where she left everything and put it in the new house. And I spackled the walls, cleaned everything in the other house when she left. And I cleaned out the old house and got her into a new house. And me and my son had to move all the furniture to the new house that she was in.
How are you feeling after all this is now over?
I'm just glad it's over with. I just hope my kids don't have to deal with this and see this.
What happened?
Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, here's the thing. When, the plaintiff has the burden of proof in these cases, which means you have to tip the scale. In this case, it was 50-50. Plaintiff had the burden of proof, plaintiff loses. Fact is, the judge didn't believe anybody. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.